Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the Werner Heinz podcast. How you doing? My name is Werner. This is my podcast, and I want to just do a quick disclaimer that there's going to be a few things probably talked about today that will be slightly unsafe. So, if you want to get out right now, now's your opportunity to do so. Apart from that, I'll try to stick to safe topics as much as possible. Let's get into it. Episode 1. So, I don't have a girlfriend, right? That's how we're starting the podcast. I don't have a girlfriend. But I do have a Guinness, which I'm pouring right now. It's actually my second Guinness of the day, just to be kind of honest with you. I'm not even sponsored, so technically other stouts are available. Although, where the fuck you get those stouts, who knows? But yeah, I probably do like other stouts equally, if not more, or a little bit less. But good thing about stout, apparently it has a lot of iron in it. I don't know if it does or not. But the good thing about Guinness as well, it's made by like Irish people, like way back when. I don't know anything about Guinness, by the way, but it says here, it doesn't say anything here. My understanding, here it is, 1759. My understanding is that it had a lot of stuff in it that, if you're poor, if you're poor and you don't eat a lot, it can like help fill you up as well. That's why it's decent. It's like a decent drink for the guy who doesn't have a lot of warm meals, you know what I mean? Not that I endorse alcohol either, by the way. Some people like it, some people don't. Some people go off the rails with it. Some people are alright with it. Which one am I? We'll find out, I guess. So yeah, I don't have a girlfriend, but I got a Guinness. I don't have a guest either, or like a topic. But we'll see how that goes. I wouldn't mind a guest, by the way. Oh yeah, I'd also this is the funniest one. I don't have an audience either. So yeah, looking for an audience. Looking for a guest. I'm looking for a topic. Apart from that, a podcast is nailed. I'm also a pretty poor host. I'm a beginner at hosting. Anyway, I've thought of a topic. Something else I'm also a beginner at, like that segue. Chess. Alright. Chess. Speaking of black and white stuff, my hair is black and white. I'm rapping like a winter hoodie and a Christmas jumper, and we're all in black and white. Don't know why, but that's just the way it is. But yeah, it's kind of like a chessboard, or a checkers board, or a drafts board as I'd call it back in the day. Back in the day I was good at drafts, but I'm a beginner at chess, like I'm a beginner at podcasting. So if you play me at chess and you're good at chess, then 9 times out of 10 you're going to win, unless you're like playing as a beginner, or you're having an off day and I'm having a great day and I've just rookrolled you off the board. But in general, that's all I really know what to do. So, if you're not going to let me rookroll you off the board, then you've probably won the game. But life isn't just about games. It's also about the World Cup. Now, I've talked about the World Cup too much already, actually, this year. I've talked about it a lot. I'm sick and tired of talking about it, but I'm glad Leo Messi won it. It's well documented that I'm glad that Leo Messi won it. I was supporting him. I've been supporting him since like 2014, to be fair, and in the Copa America 2016. I've been wanting to win it, with him to win it for a long time, like both the Copa America and the World Cup. So I'm glad that he did. And he's on like a helicopter now in Argentina. Good luck to that. He's still out there like taking selfies with people, which I think is humble and fair. And yeah, I like Messi, so I don't have a bad word to say about him really. Like obviously, you got certain footballers who are like paid a lot, don't even like turn up to training, etc. But and yeah, obviously, but I mean Messi, yeah, he's just the goat. Well, he's a goat of my generation. I think Pele, Maradona, Cruyff, Best, etc. have a shout, but yeah, he's a man. He's a man. I'm glad he won it. But yeah, like I mean, I don't really have a problem with any footballers except the fact that I've got like 10 times less than average UK income, and they've got like literally thousands of times more than me per week. So apart from that aspect of it, I don't really have a problem with it too much. Like I've got certain issues with certain things in football, like I think like stamping. I don't like it. Never really liked it. I think it should be like ruled out of the game completely. People are still like stamping on Messi, stamping on the Wales players in this tournament, and like VAR could see it, but they technically couldn't act on it because it wasn't like a major incident, goal scoring incident or whatever. So people were just stamping people off the ball and not getting a yellow card for it, which I don't think is on. He's sorted out on a local level as well. Like the Argentina Holland game was a bit crazy, but like that happens on a local level. Like the lowest of local levels, I can go to a game and that'll happen. Like just the ref loses control of the game and the two players are just provoking each other and at it the whole game. Where do you start? So yeah, I mean most footballers. I don't know. I don't want to say most footballers, but a lot of footballers are not nice people, or not fair people. Now obviously, there's a lot of people in the game who are fair or who aspire to be fair or aspire for more fairness in the game, but it is very hard to actually control. But yeah, should we talk about football? I don't really know what to talk about. I think I should talk about football if I'm into it. Yeah, like Martinez was a bit weird, the Argentinian goalkeeper. He threw the ball away for the France penalty, and then when he was winning the World Cup and winning like the goalie award, he like went up and did some like lewd gesture, and it was like really inappropriate. The heating's just come on, so I'm like taking off one of my layers. Might have to take off another one soon. But that's all I'll be taking off. Alright. I'm not Justin Hawkins from the darkness, and that's a slim reference. What is my audience anyway? Like what reference can I put out there that my audience will get? I'm estimating it's like a zero. It's probably between 0 and 15 people. I'd say my audience is more likely to be 0 than 15. And I also forget what I've talked about already, which is a really bad idea to like do a podcast and forget what you've talked about already. But anyway, football, need a guest, need a topic, need an audience. Hit me up if you want to be a guest on the podcast. Actually, I'll probably take anyone. I don't want to say for definite that I'll take anyone in case I don't, but I'll probably take anyone. I I have actually reached out to a few people to try and interview them for a podcast. Like, I don't know if I should mention them either. I probably should actually. Like, I don't know how to lose from mentioning them. So, one person I reached out to was Harry Kane a long time ago. Nothing materialised. I don't think he bottled his penalty, by the way. I think it is what it is. He practiced 2 penalties, he was really tired, or just didn't execute the second one properly. Here's a second person I asked. The controversial comedian Sam Hyde. Asked him. Both no responses, of course. And then I think True Geordie, I asked him as well. No response at all. So yeah, we've been blanked for 3 out of 3 guests. I don't know who else I could have on. I mean, I probably could ask like some people that I know that I've actually met before, and I'll probably have a better chance of enticing them. But I don't want to like coerce people into it either. So basically, if you want to be on the podcast, then you can go on the podcast. I kind of like talk about anything. Football, music, mental health, probably the main topics. I'm also into a bit of astrology, if anyone wants to talk about that. That's a bit of a weird niche topic as well. I'm pretty lit after my Guinness in the quarter. I haven't had much to eat. And yeah, what's going on with me? I could always just talk about myself. What's going on with me is I'm currently playing iRacing again. You know that racing simulation? Man, I am bad at that. Like, I thought it was good. I used to be alright at it. Like, I used to be a pretty average sim racer. But it's just really difficult. I'm really slow and I'm like crashing into people, which is not a good mix to have in terms of being a racing driver. I can of course just drive exceptionally slow and then not crash into people and like improve my safety rating. My safety rating is decent, but I want it to be a lot better. It's really impossible because there's loads of people just rookies just crashing out everywhere, and I couldn't be bothered. Like, I don't know. I don't feel I've got enough competence to compete well. So that takes a lot of the fun out of it. And then I also don't feel that other people have enough competence for me to like race safely. So I can't race well or safely essentially without just boringly going around the track like it's a Sunday drive, which I don't mind doing, but then I have to pay for the subscription and shit. It's just not worth it really. It's not worth it really. But I don't know. I'm torn between 2 minds. I think it's good to like. I think there's parts of it I like, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't be doing it. But there's just a lot of it that I dislike as well, and I don't really know the solutions to it. That's what this podcast will probably be about. Just a lot of things that I can't find a solution to. It's replaced the therapist that didn't work. Literally didn't work, as in staff nurse didn't turn up and is now striking. That is something though. They're talking about the NHS, the nurses are on strike, but they weren't turning up in 2016 either for me, and nobody was reporting it as a strike. No, but we can't talk bad about mental health nurses because, you know, they can do anything they want and get all the free shit in the world because they're all the angels and saints. Just like the military and the police. What did I say that was wrong? Everything's okay in the world. I will say one thing though, the government telling me to stay safe and stay inside, etc. It's like, well, it's not very practical, but at the same time, it's probably the most honest they've been for a long time. Because one minute they go like, oh, we're protecting the vulnerable. Now it's like, oh shit, we can't protect the vulnerable, look after yourselves. But if they just started with, we can't protect the vulnerable, just look after yourselves, like, it would have, you know, that, I hate to bring up those negative political topics, but it's just so much bollocks in the media about opening up about mental health, go to a doctor. It's like, who the fuck wants to treat me? Who the actual fuck is there to treat me? No one. And then like you get all these people at university and shit going, oh, you need to go to a doctor, you can get help. Where the fuck is the help, you dumb bitch? Sorry for getting a bit irate at this, but I'm angry and I'm pissed off at fucking cunts claiming to be friends of you, claiming like to be there for you, and then telling you to go to a doctor. It's like, oh, hey, the fuck. So, oh, right, so you're a woman and a doctor worked for you. Well done. I'm a man and it didn't work for me, alright? Get the fuck. I could tell you before I went in that it wasn't going to work for me, and then I can go in and do everything that they say, and it still won't work for me. I don't have a girlfriend, I got a fucking pint of Guinness. Other stouts are available. Other beverages are available if you don't drink alcohol. More power to you if you don't drink alcohol. You're a good man. Stay on the straight and narrow, son. That's a genuine statement, even though I look like I'm joking. I praise England for winning the Fair Play Award at the World Cup. A lot of people slate them, saying they should have had more fight about them. They should have got a few more yellow cards here and there. I praise them for being the fair play masters of the World Cup. We're going to let our football do the talking and we'll play fair. Unfortunately, a few teams didn't have the chance to play fair, such as Argentina, Wales, getting stamped on and then provoking retaliation and all this shit, But fair play if you win the Fair Play Award. I've got a lot of bad things to say about England. A lot of bad things. But winning the Fair Play Award, fair play to you. Fair play to you. I don't represent Ireland, by the way. Mind you, neither do Jedward, so I'm just a... I'm just a drunk guy with the Guinness. It could be from anywhere. Other stouts are available. Are other stouts available? These are the deep questions that we get into in the Werner Heinz podcast. I don't think other stouts are available. I'll tell you why. I've never heard of them. No one ever came up to my door and said, hey, would you like this Murphy's? You know what I mean? Maybe they're available in your wee Jippo wine mark, but certainly not in the high retail beverage departments that I go into. Not that I've ever been to a beverage department. I stay in my house all day and don't do anything. So they probably are available, but I just don't go out enough. Glad we resolved that riddle. I do look a bit like a Guinness. video podcast, so it is. For the listeners, there's not even a viewer, but in case you're a listener, I held up a Guinness, and I've got kind of black and white hair thing going on. Fair play to the Argentina lads winning the World Cup though. Fair play. Did I say fair play to Messi signing all the selfies and stuff? Signing all the selfies, signing all the autographs, doing all the selfies. And it's good. It's good that the Argentina lads, they don't have to take the bus anymore because some guy jumped in the fucking bus. Some guy jumped in the fucking bus and they declared a security hazard. So now they're on their wee helicopters. But it's good that the Argentina lads have helicopters, because women love helicopters, I certainly don't love bus passes, that's for sure. Train passes, anyway, I don't discriminate. Not the women I've been to, anyway. Hey, actually, if you are a woman out there, I'm sure they exist, I just haven't found them. But if you are a woman out there, and I'm definitely sure they exist. But if you are a woman out there that has no problem being really hot and liking a man that's a bit of an invalid, that used to get the train but doesn't anymore because he's scared of COVID, hit me up. That ought to do it. "23 minutes in, forgotten what we've talked about. Have we talked about my Subway idea? Probably. Talked about the World Cup, definitely. Talked about chess, any other topics? I don't know. I could come up with a song off the top of my head. Not off the top of my head, really. I could bring up some lyrics I wrote, and then I could try to create a song. Basically, how I create songs is I just I find a riff that I like on the guitar, and then I find like a load of rambling lyrics that I wrote down, and I don't edit any of it. You don't edit any of it, no. No one's gonna hear it anyway, so you don't edit. You don't edit any of it. And then generally what happens is, I post it somewhere in like a blog or like a forum or something, and then I don't like it, so I delete it. And then what happens is I go on a podcast and I have nothing left to say, so then I try to find something to talk about. Oh fuck, this isn't gonna work. Yeah, it's not gonna work, but I'll do it anyway. I can't do it anyway because it's not gonna work. I'll try anyway. One sec. That's not gonna work. Just need to get out my guitar and my glasses. Which of my glasses looks better as well? It doesn't matter which one of them makes me see better. Okay. I'm gonna have to like scroll my own lyrics because I don't know them. I also don't know what riff I'm gonna do, so it's all experimental. Emphasis on the mental part. Shh. Stick to when to hit to when to miss. I play GTO when you're done on the river. I play GTA when you're done. goes on, but we'll leave it there. I don't know. It's just my latest lyrics with my random guitar. It's like, I don't know. I don't even know what chords I found there. It was like an A minor, E minor kind of thing going on, but then I left out a few of the strings, so it'd be like an A minor 7 or something. A minor 7. Started with an A minor 7, went to something else. Right. We might take a halftime break. See you on the other side. Hi, my name is Werner. I'm just wishing everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, season's greetings. Other stouts are available. Maybe that's the name of my podcast. Other stouts are available, and I'll just drink Guinness. So welcome back. Are we back yet? We're back for the last half hour. Do I have anything to talk about? Do I have a guest? No, I don't. Could I get someone to be a guest on my podcast? Could I get someone to guest host my podcast? Could I get someone to host my podcast and then I'm the guest? That'd be hilarious as well. All of these options that probably never gonna happen, but never say never. Unless you're very clever and you know it'll never happen. That's a saying straight out of. I was gonna say straight out of the gospel and make a Bible joke, but I'm not a Bible basher. But a Bible basher is someone who does believe in the Bible. That's a bit old, isn't it? A Bible basher is someone who does believe in the Bible. But yet, you think a Bible basher would be somebody who bashed the Bible as opposed to believe in it. Now, there's other things like that. Like, for example, perfectionist is somebody who, like, can't handle, like, they do everything well, but they can't handle it. Whereas you'd think that would be like an imperfectionist. You know, like a perfectionist. If a perfectionist does something perfect, they won't acknowledge it. But you think that would be an imperfectionist. Another one is ableism. Ableism and disableism. Both of them were being prejudiced against disabled people. But do you think ableism would be prejudiced for disabled people? But it isn't. They're both prejudiced against. This is why English is fucked up. So it is. I, generally speaking, oppose the multi-institutional ableism of the United Kingdom. I speak about the United Kingdom because that's where I'm from, but it extends to everywhere in the world. I also really hate, I've probably touched on it, but I really hate people saying, like, telling me what the fuck to do in life. Particularly people who tell me to go somewhere, like a certain direction, to a certain authority figure. It's like, you don't fucking know me. You don't know my life. You don't know what's going to work and what isn't going to work. And yet you sit there and you act like, you know, it's because I'm unwilling to attend. Or it's because, you know, all these other things. And it's like, it's clearly not. Clearly not. Here I am. And then you'll find something else. Find something else to pin your fucking little weaselly, narcissistic, fucking gaslighting, fucking wee bastard complaint about me. What the fuck? Fuck right off. That's all I have to say about that. What are we even doing here though? On Earth? I could tell you for a wee price. I could read your chart. Let me read your chart. That's an advert. Let me read your chart. Will you overcome all of your obstacles that you never thought possible? I don't want to say yes. I don't want to say yes. I don't want to say no either. Am I selling it? Am I selling it yet? So I guess that's the elephant in the room as far as I'm concerned. 2018, I went to a retreat in Thailand. Now that's interesting in itself to talk about. I went there for about a month. Technically like a moon cycle I went there for. Because if I didn't come back within that time period, there would have been visa issues and issues back home with not being allowed to leave the country for over a month without telling certain people where I'm at due to like employability stuff. I think that covers it. Anyway, point being, I'd already studied bits and bobs about numerology, astrology, etc. Now I'm not saying it's true per se. I'm just saying in my experience there are certain elements of it that I could resonate with in my experience, and that's all I could say. 60% of it could still be bullshit in my estimation. Probably is. But it might not be, and here's the other thing, like there's different systems and different ways of looking at how the celestial bodies interact with us on Earth, and whether you just take the sun and how it interacts, or everything else, the planets and the other stars that we know of, or we can see at least. But the point is that it's now 2022, coming up to 2023. That'll be 4 to 5 years since I first got introduced to this thing called human design. Now in human design, I'm what's called a 2-4 emotional projector. Now, everybody has a chart, everybody has like a system of analyzing who they are based on basically where the sun was in the sky when they were born. Some systems use to the exact time, others are less time specific. Some of them use the tropics, the ecliptic of the sun, and the earth. Some of them use the stars, like the not just like the zodiac stars on the ecliptic, but on the tropical ecliptic, but also the sidereal actual stars out there that are moving. They're using the stars with the precession of the equinox. Other systems, they don't use the stars with the precession of the equinox. They put the stars into the seasons that we experience on Earth. So there's seasonal based astrology, I guess, which would be tropical astrology, and then there's precession of the equinox astrology, I guess you could call it, which is sidereal astrology. It's not saying that one system is true and one system is false. It's just saying that some systems relate the signs out there to the far celestial fixed stars, and some systems relate the stars to just be, you know, the seasons that we experience on Earth, and how the sun interacts with us. So I don't know. In terms of sidereal versus tropical, it's probably the main distinction to make. I don't know. I really don't know. I grew up with Western tropical astrology. Really, well, I say grew up. I researched it. I started researching it in 2014. Then 2018, I discovered human design, and now it's about 4 years on from that. So I don't know what my next discovery is, but maybe that both of them are bullshit, but maybe not. There's a lot of stuff on the internet that I researched, and I go into it trying to debunk it. Like, you know, like people saying the earth is flat, or people saying that astrology is real, or whatever. I go in skeptical to these things, and then I just get into them and think, like, well, could that be true? How could that be true? If I had zero knowledge and wanted to prove this for myself, how would I do it, etc., etc. But I can't throw you for a loop. Is that the expression? I can't fuck you. You can't go down rabbit holes for like 6 to 7 years of your life and be down the wrong rabbit hole. So it's not advisable. Like I say, like, it's better probably to stay in safe topics that you know. And I'm all for safety, trust me, but this is a slightly unsafe podcast in terms of, like, we go into things that maybe aren't in the realms of, well, I suppose astrology is in popular culture, actually, especially Western tropical horoscopes. And actually it's kind of, I don't always agree with the pop astrology. I don't agree with pop psychology either. Don't agree with most of psychology or astrology, to be honest with you, but there are some parts that have resonated for me and I have expertise in and I can help other people with, oddly enough. I say oddly enough because, you know, I'm not like a clinical psychologist. I'm not a renowned successful astrologer in terms of income, but I'm out there, like I've got things to say. I've helped people. Have I helped everyone that's come to me? I don't know, probably not. Maybe a little bit. But I don't want to be one of those people that goes, hey, I can cure everything, come to me, in case that isn't true, which it likely isn't. But then again, there's people out there who are saying, hey, come to me, I can cure everything, and they can't, you know what I mean? And that's just like, I dislike that. Dislike is probably a little bit light to test that, maybe, probably more accurate. And should I just get into it? Probably should by now. I mean, we're 44 minutes in. If you're stuck around here for the ride, you're probably like a good soldier with a good heart, you know what I'm saying? So we'll just get into it. Like, I don't know, I see Andrew Tate and Piers Morgan blowing up my timeline. I don't even watch it. I don't even interact with it. I've just seen stuff. I've seen headlines, seen the odd clip here and there, and then I've seen that they went at it again, but I haven't watched it again. Like, I just think they're both bell ends, but like Andrew Tate is slightly more of a bell end, which is weird for me to say because I thought Piers Morgan was like the worst bell end in the world, but then like Andrew Tate is kind of like a level above it. somehow. And I'm not saying that everything that Andrew Tate says is bullshit or everything that Andrew Tate says should be censored. I'm just saying that I disagree with. I strongly disagree. Maybe just I don't accept like half of the shit that he says, and I don't think it should be out there. Half of the shit that he says. There's another half of the shit that he says so that other people don't think should be out there, and I think it's probably a bit of fair game. You know what I mean? So it's not like 100% everything he says is bollocks. It's just that like 50% of the shit he says probably shouldn't be out there to the masses, because it is bollocks. Like, but anyway, the same with Piers Morgan, to be fair, but Piers Morgan is oddly less damaging than Andrew Tate in certain ways, which again is pretty odd. But then Piers Morgan oddly is giving him a platform, which is also a bit weird. I'm not like for deplatforming people, but I'm also not for promoting shit that you know is wrong. So it's just a really fucked up situation. Like, am I doing everything right here? No. There's a lot of things I could be doing better. Why am I not doing those things better? I don't know. Like, because Andrew Tate said, hey, if you don't have a woman, just drink instead. Well, here I am, Andrew Tate. I don't have a woman. My girlfriend's fucking... I don't have a girlfriend. I'm just going to drink instead. I'm depressed. I'm just going to get a six-pack instead. It doesn't fucking work for me. But, hey, I'm just going to do it instead because he's the biggest influencer. Let's just do it instead. You know, I can be like literally doing everything that they say for you to do, and it doesn't work for me, and yet it still doesn't resonate for them. Like, it doesn't get through to their fucking heads. You know what I mean? Like, there's certain people in this world, it doesn't get through to them unless you've like got like a gun to their head or something. Like, I think like Andrew Tate's the kind of person who, like, you know, unless you... And I actually really don't want to bash him too much because I think he needs a bit of help, and I don't necessarily feel that some of the attacks are helpful to like either party. Like, you know, if you want to change Andrew Tate's belief in something, probably attacking him isn't the right way to go. But at the same time, I think like like maybe he's one of those people who, unless you have a gun to his head, isn't going to change his opinion on something. So then it puts you in a weird situation where you're like, well, do I want to risk putting a gun to Andrew Tate's head just to change his opinion on something? And it's like, well, no, that's fucking stupid. But then like you know what I mean? It's like, do I give a fuck that Andrew Tate doesn't believe in clinical depression? Not really. I think he's a fucking moron. But at the same time, does it benefit me to like get angry about it? And well, a little bit, because I think we need to have an honest discussion about it. We can't just say like, we can't just be putting out there on the internet to like millions and millions of billions and billions of people that like, this woman is my property, depression doesn't exist, I've cured people of depression, you know, okay, it's like, and you know, I don't even mind if in your personal experience that you have, you want a certain relationship with a woman, you've helped a certain person with depression, depression doesn't exist for you, that's fair enough, but keep it, you know, to like make all these blanket statements that, because you haven't cured me of depression, you know what I mean? And like women, I don't really think, in my experience, they're not my property. Um, you know, and yeah, it's just unfortunate. It's sad more than anything else. Like it's really like I'm beyond the stage of getting like triggered angry from like the click and like instabait. I don't know, fucking instabait. This is a new word. We're going with it. Um, you know what I mean? Clickbait, insta, fucking reactions, knee jerk hits, shit, fuck, cunt bollocks. You see, that's where I'm drinking a beer and I'm swearing, which isn't, you shouldn't do those things. Do what I say, not what I do, and good things will follow you. Slightly true in this instance, but also very hypocritical of me. So I want to call myself out when I'm hypocritical in certain things. Um, but at the same time, I'm a boss. No, I just get pissed off when there's attitudes out there that are quite prominent in society that aren't true. You know what I mean? I think like it's like Jesus getting angry when they're like gambling in a temple or whatever. Anyway, 7 minutes. 7 minutes left. In my Christmas jumper with my Guinness. No, no hard Skittles vodka. Fuck me. Those were some wild nights on the hard Skittles vodka. Shit, man. I don't even really drink much. I wouldn't say like I'm one of these like narcissistic, alcoholic, crazy people. It's more like I'm like a codependent kind of snowflake. But I'm not really either of them, to be honest with you. It's just that like um yeah, I don't really fit into like the whole uh I don't fit into anywhere really. Just fucking not a civvy, not a fucking outlaw. But I do get pissed off at particularly the religions when they say like they're the solution to everything and they're peaceful and they're not. I do get pissed off at it. That's what a lot of basic local shit is about. It's just people, I don't know, there's shit stirrers, but then there's also people who are just. It's hard to tell between who the fuck is a shit stirrer and who the fuck is. Who is. Can you see, like, my like. My fucking drawer is broken. Need to fix it. But, who's a shit stirrer? Who's a person that's just trying to look out for the truth? It's hard to tell sometimes. It's really hard to tell. But I think most people But I don't know. Most people have like their default views on things. So then, when you challenge those views, they'll just label you a shitstar instead of someone who's like actually spitting the truth. But on the other hand, if your default view is the opposite way, then you'll like see them as a truth teller when they're actually like a shit stir. So how can you tell? Oh fuck. Yeah, I guess today it's all about happy crimbo and stay safe. Stay on the safe topics, even though I didn't. I didn't say too much. Maybe I did. I haven't said that. What else? Oh yeah, if you want to be a guest on the podcast, hit me up and save me from these silences. Also, if you want to host the podcast, we're looking for hosts. And if you're looking to if you're looking to audience the podcast, I don't know. If you're looking to be fucking bored, then tune in. I dyed my hair blonde because I wanted to look like Boris Johnson. No, I didn't. I wanted to look like a footballer. Bruno Guimaraes of Newcastle United. Or Bruno Guimaraes. We've got 2 minutes left. What should we end on? A rap. I hear you say. Tired of pretending, I'm not gonna blend in, I might as well write right now, I'm so penned in. My life for the low was no longer attending, was flat in the globe and the line was ascending. Time ain't for trending, it's depending on every little thought that we're sending. Mind come absurd and not bought by spending. If you ain't heard, the receptor is pending, it takes a little tending. I tried landing, I lost a lot of friends and thinking we're still down till the end. And what goes around, well I just keep spending. Guess I got life for amending, it's impending, doom is transcending. All alone in my room defending, overextending, uncomprehending. Oh, I don't wanna know you low, I'm about to go high and you're in so low. And all my time moves real slowly, only move is hello. I don't wanna know you low, I'm about to go high and you're in so low. And all our time moves real slow, the only groove is mellow.